Hey, greetings citizens. This is Alexander 2K, and this is a Cyberpunk video about using the menus. And what I'm going to do is get in my car here, and I'm going to back up here like this and try not to kill any Night City citizens. And then I'm going to head over to some place where murder is legal. The police department just puts out to local mercenaries when there is an active crime scene. And then basically, you're welcome to go there and kill everybody for fun and profit. Uh, the brakes are out on this car, so I have to do that. No, I'm kidding, the brakes are not. I just like to do it. So let's see if there's someone over here that is being naughty. Apparently not. Oh, that's weird. I don't see anyone here. Oh, there we are. So this character is working on sneak, and we want to be sneaky and knifey. Boy, sneaking up on this guy is going to be a problem. He's staring right at me. I wonder if I can distract him or something and get him to turn around. How many guys are there? Oh, there's 3 guys. You know what? Let's just... First one was no problem. Knifey. I'm trying to learn to sneak also. But, you know. I didn't... I guess I could have come around and come from... No. Sneaking wasn't really an option here. I don't know how I could sneak up on a guy. Maybe I could have distracted him somehow. I'm not sure. So you kill these people. Take their stuff. See if there's any other stuff around. And then when you're doing these Night City Police Department quests, you can see it in the blue there. Neutralize perps and secure the evidence. Well, these perps are neutralized. Arresting takes so much time and there's so much paperwork. And acquiring the evidence is this. And then I got paid $1,400. And then I picked up a shard. And I'm going to press Z to read the shard. Which generally amounts to nothing, but sometimes leads to another quest. So even if you're not going to read the lore, which I never do, it's a good idea to have a look at it because sometimes it leads to another quest. Alright, so menus. This is the main menu tree. So the shard I just picked up, they're all listed here. So the one I just found would be inside, and the shard kind of looks like this. You see the hexagon there? This is what the shard looks like. They're chips, and then this is the handling end, and you shove it into your head. Your head has a slot, and then you just read the shards. And like I said, a lot of them are lore. They often, if they're sitting on a table, they'll come in a little container that is about the size of a deck of cards. And then you click on it, it opens up, and then you stick it in your head. So they're just informational. And messages is a reference to phone messages. So if I press T and hold it, then I can. So if I can call these people. So let's say I want to call this chick here.
Stout here. Start by telling me how you got this number.
No more than your number. Heard you misplaced a convoy.
You shut him up. Spill what you know. Don't make me wait.
So I'm a corpo as opposed to a street kid or a nomad, so I get to...
Transport fuck-up's toxic for you. I know. So listen carefully. You and me are gonna meet. See if we can't find a way to help each other out.
Mutual self-interest. Agreed. First exit off Skyline, driving towards the NID. Storm channel under the overpass. Meet you there.
She's a charming woman, and when you meet her, um, it's nothing but charming good times. But that particular phone call was related to a quest. So they integrate the phone and the calling into quests. And then when you're here, you can press tab to open messages, and then you're getting messages. People are sending you texts. Texts. And here you can just go straight to the text menu. That's all that is. We talked about shard. The journal is just your, your completed quest and then the quest that you have. I have a couple of side jobs here. And we talked about shard. Tarot, it's just a collection quest. There's, I don't know, 20 or 30 things around the city, and you collect them. Should really be in the journal menu, not this one, but whatever. So I press I to get to this menu. I. And then, so that's journals. There's these sort of add-on things here that don't really have to do. I mean, you can skip time here. This is useful if you want to go to a vendor and they don't have what you want. You can step away from the vendor, burn an hour, or burn 24 hours or 48 hours, and then go back and their menu will be renewed. They'll have new items. Databases, these are about the vehicles. Um, that one's not super useful. This is about the weapons that you find, generally speaking. This one is an early find for a sniper rifle. You get into trouble, sprint down the street, turn around, and start hitting them with this weapon. This is about the world that you're in. So the corporations, the new United States, the nomads, all these things are defined here. And then more hopeful, proper, maybe down here is stuff about what keys, how to use things, little hints and tips. Not awful, really. A little bit about combat, a little bit about stealth, a little bit about your cyber deck and quick hacking and all that business. A little bit about your character. These are, it's good information, generally speaking. How weapons are categorized, clothing and armor. It's good stuff. All that's here in the database. So we talked about the journal. Another easy one is the crafting. If you're here in crafting, these are things you can make, and you can sort them. These are all the guns you can make, all the weapons, all the melee weapons you can make. And by the way, you can make health packs and grenades by default. So you can also make all the armor, all the weapons, all the ammo you need also. So this is for upgrading. So let's say what you do is you pick an item. I don't have anything I'm going to use that it's upgraded, but let's say I want to use this baseball bat or this hammer. I can click upgrade here. It's going to cost me 8 common components and 5 rare components. I just upgrade it. And so now I can't upgrade it again. I'm level 4. I have the components to upgrade it, but I can't upgrade it because that would take it to level 5. And I am not level 5, and you can't upgrade something past your level, which if you think about it makes sense. But it's also kind of neat because let's say I just fall in love with this hat. And I found this hat, I think, at level 2 or level 3 or something. At least 2 levels ago. Or maybe I found it when I was level 1. I can't remember. But the point is, I get to be a level 20, and this thing is still stuck at level 1. That's not good for me. I can't wear it. But I just love it, but I can't wear it. But you can upgrade it to keep it so that it keeps pace with you. That's sort of the purpose of that. So, crafting, upgrades. So then let's go to the map. So again, this is the main screen. You get here by pressing I. So in the map, they have these filters that you can pick. Dynamic, I don't know what any of these mean. But I do know that whatever it is that you have selected will always be with you. So I'm on this quest. So I just did that chat with the Militech, the charming Militech agent, and Militech being a corporation. And I'm supposed to go here to meet her, so that is active. And no matter what I do, it's always active. It always, even if I turn off all the filters, if I just have, I don't know, cyber psycho warnings, it's still active. And I can have more than one up at a time. Oops. Oh, that's a main. I forgot that's a main. That's a main quest. So that one's here. I'll turn off main job. Let's see. NPC. So I can have. Now I have two, right? So even if I turn off and just show the fast travel locations here, then those still remain active. So generally the way I use them, I don't really have. I like to drive in the cars and run into people. I think it's fun. So I'm working on the NPC Night City Police Department jobs, which I just showed you one, and so I like to leave those up. And then after I probably get all those done, I can probably start working on the gigs, which I don't do now because they're very high. It's too much for me. So that's how the menu works. The map works. The map zooms way the hell out and shows you the districts. Each district is divided into sub-districts, as you can see. So this one is Watson, and Watson has 4 separate sections. So, is that right? 4 sections? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 sections. So that's the map. The map, by the way, if you zoom in, it really does show you the. This is an overpass. This is a train. This is an overpass here, and this street goes under here, and it does show you. I don't. Can you? Isn't there a way? I thought there was a way you could make it rotate, so you could see the side view. But apparently I don't know how to do that now. Anyway. So that's the map. We talked about the journal. We talked about here. Let's do the inventory screen. And here's the inventory screen. This screen will enable you to change the weapons and armor that you're going to be using. So if I wanted to change my shirt and put on this shirt instead, which maybe I do. What's this? 19 armor, and this is 17 armor. Oh. Well, if I know anything about what number is bigger than the other number, I'd say this shirt is better. Hard to believe that this shirt would be more armor, not less. But the point is that you can change what you're wearing here. I can change the boots. This one is for special stuff. I think it basically is disguises. I haven't found any other use for it other than as a disguise. So there's a point where you need to pretend you're a corporate arms dealer and go to a fancy hotel, and so the game gives you a suit to wear instead of this. From here you can change out what grenades you're going to use. So here I've eliminated this from that slot. I'm going to say I want to use these instead. I kind of like these grenades though. Good old frag grenade. This changes your health pack. From here I can pick which health pack I want to use. I like using these. This one will take you straight to your cyber deck so you can edit your spells, but that's not really important. They also have a thing on here for stats, but and that's cool, but whatever. So over here, this enables you to change what of the 3 main weapon slots you're using. So I could put in the hammer instead. And then when I am in game, I'm using the hammer, I'm using the mouse wheel, I'm using the hammer. These are the 3 I have available. The submachine gun, the hammer, and the long gun. So again, I press I, go to inventory. That's what I have here. We're working on the blade skill though. Does that make sense? So these 3, it's all this menu is about swapping out your active items, the armor you're wearing, the weapons that are handy and you're going to be using. Now the backpack is what you would traditionally think of as the inventory. So here, for example, this is all the inventory items. This little sorting thing is nice. If I put the quality up first, that means wait. Yeah. So here, all the nicest stuff. So this is rare. This is uncommon. These are common items. And you can see the rare stuff is all on top. So that's what it means when it says quality. right? So here's all the common stuff is on top and the rare stuff's down at the bottom. You can also do it by newest, by name, by price, blah, blah, blah. And the rest of this is just sorting all the melee weapons, all the ranged weapons, all the armor. These are components you use for the crafting, which we already talked about, the crafting tree. So these are upgrade components, which again we already talked about. These are the components you would use to keep a device at its peak level. So whereas these are used to make them, and I think these are for both actually. So this is to upgrade, these three are to create new ones, and these are common to both. And then these are components for making the quick hacks or spells. So that's the backpack menu. And then this one is the Cyberware menu, and this is the menu where you go and look and see what horrifying things you've done to your body. So I've had a little work done on my hands to enable me to use a power weapon, which enables me to view and see how ricochets are going to work. So I can bounce something off a wall and hit somebody in the head kind of thing. So I can sort of shoot around corners in the way. I haven't fully mastered this skill because like Ashura and smart weapons, it's more than just, you have to have the ballistic coprocessor in the hand, you've got to have the optic, and you have to have one other thing that I can't remember. But I'm working on it. I normally haven't used it because when you put a silencer on a weapon, then you can't use the ricochet. You can't use this feature. And I often do put silencers on a weapon. Anyway, we're going to try and figure that out this time around. But this is where you would go to see all of your cyberware. So, okay. You can see what you have. Cyberware can only be installed and removed at a Ripper dock. You cannot, in other words, by a vendor. Now, mods, things that go into cyberware, those you can swap out. And you would do that here in the menu. So here's your cyber deck. This is not something you're carrying around. This is something in your head. Right? So this is in your head. So it's a cyberware like a hand replacement or an eye replacement. It's something that is slotted. It's not even slotted into you. It's inserted into you. It's in you. And but it has mod slots also. The dots indicate the number of mod slots, and then you can swap out the individual mods. In this case, these mods are quick hacks or spells, and in this case, these are cyberware mods that affect how the eyepiece works. So the difference between cyberware and a cyberware mod is relevant to the menu because you have to go to the cyberware in order to click on an individual piece of cyberware in order to swap out the mods. I hope that's plain. But there's a difference between, what I'm trying to stress here is that there's a difference between cyberware and a cyberware mod. You find lots of cyberware mods, and you do actually find cyberware itself occasionally. But in order to use a piece of cyberware itself, you would need to go to a Ripper dock and they would have to put it in you or take it out of you or however, but that's not something you can do. You can change the mods that go in them. It's very similar. It's actually exactly the same as the weapon system. So if you go here and say, I want to put a muzzle on this thing, then you would go here and you're adding it to the mod. The only difference is that between cyberware and a weapon is that you can change the weapon yourself. You can't change the cyberware. That has to be done for you. So that leaves the character screen, and this is it. And the character screen basically as a menu works this way. If you have any active, every time you go up a level you get an attribute point and a perk point, and then this tells you how many points you've spent and then what it's going to cost if you want to respend them. So you can respec your perk points. You cannot respec your attribute points. So this is nothing. These are the actual attributes themselves, and when you rest the cursor on it, it'll tell you what you've done with the skills that are governed by the attribute. So in reflexes, the skills that are governed by reflexes are handguns, blades, and assault. I have 2 levels of assault, 4 levels of blades, and I haven't gotten anywhere with handguns. Still on the basic first level. And it also will tell you from here what bonuses you get when you put a point into it. So the attribute reflexes doesn't just govern the assault, handguns, and blades skill, and it doesn't govern the level of those skills and the perks, but it also gives you benefits directly. So in this case, if you take your eyes to the right of the screen, you'll see that under reflexes, it increases your crit chance by 0.25% per point that you put in. So if you put into 4 points, you'd be 1% more likely to get a crit. It increases your damage with certain weapons. So cool, the attribute itself, I'm mentioning this because the menu shows you these things. So cool, the attribute itself increases crit damage by 2% for every point you put in. 2%. Increases all resistance by 1%. Increases damage when you're stealth. If you hit somebody from stealth, it increases the damage you do by 10%. These bonuses, is my point, that you get when you put a point into an attribute are profound. They govern. These things govern what you're going to do. If you're thinking, oh, I'm going to make a stealthy guy, but I don't want to waste time with cool, you're plain an idiot. 10% damage increase for every point you put in to cool. Okay, so you're going to sneak around and 10% damage from stealth is what I mean to say. So you're going to sneak around, but you're not going to have this maxed out. That's 200% more damage per hit from stealth. So these abilities demand that you put points in. You have to put, if you're gonna have a sneaky character and you're not putting points into cool, well, God bless you. I mean, whatever. Play the game however you want. But it seems to me that would be important. Let's look at intelligence for a second. So intelligence has 2 skills in it, breach protocol and quick hacking. Quick hacking is casting the spells. Breach protocol basically means when you break into a network, you upload buffs and debuffs. So vulnerability is probably the most important one. That's a perk. And when you breach into the network, you automatically upload that demon that makes them all more vulnerable. So my point is that it's the wizard stuff. So the wizard stuff, every time you put a point in this, you get 4% more RAM. RAM is used as mana. 4% every point. So increases quick hack damage, increases spell damage by 10% for every point. So if you're going to be a netrunner and you're not putting points into intelligence, God bless you. Increases quick hack duration by 1%. So if you light somebody on fire, how long are they going to stay on fire? 1% for every point in intelligence. So these attribute menu, it shows you what these things are. It shows you what cool does. It shows the bonuses from body, which is 5 health points per and 3 stamina, more damage, more movement, and so on. So let's look at an individual attribute. So the way to think about attributes is that they govern skills. So you have so these are the 2 skills that are governed by intelligence, and then the intelligence also governs within the skill which perks you can get. So with 3 intelligence, I qualify for these. If I wanted this one, I'd have to have 7 points of intelligence, and if you look at the description down at the bottom in bright red, it says level 7 is required of the related attribute, in this case intelligence, to unlock this perk. So until I put 4 more points in intelligence, I'll never get this. Similarly, but related, is this one down here. This is the level of the skill that I possess. So in addition to the perk tree, I also have the level. This describes the level I'm at. So I have 3 intelligence and I have 1 level of the breach protocol skill. Quick hacking, I have one level of the as soon as I get to level 2, I'm going to get a perk point. And the way I get this experience bar to increase in the level of the quick hacking skill is to quick hack. The more I quick hack, the more this increases. So when I get to level 2, I'll get a perk point. When I get to level 3, how long the quick hack lasts will be increased by 5%. When I get to level 4, another perk point. When I get to 5, the amount of RAM I have increases. These are no fooling. These are decent, worthwhile, definitely want to have them stuff. And the reason why I'm stressing this is this. I can quick hack like crazy, I'll get to level 2. I can quick hack like crazy, I'll get to level 3. I can quick hack like crazy, but I won't get to level 4. Then I do more work quick hacking. I can quick hack all the rest of the game, but never get to level 4. And why not? Because the level cannot exceed the attribute. So my attribute here is 3. I'll never get past level 3. So if you're going to do a thing, if you're going to do, let's say you're into handguns. Well, here, I'm into blades, right? I'm trying to learn how to use blades. So unless I put another point into reflexes, my blade skill will never go past 5. I'll get this point, but I'll never go to 6. So, and these are definitely worth having. So if you're going to do something in this way, the menu, the way the game is set up, it requires you to understand what it is that you want to do, put points into the attribute first, and then within the attribute figure out which, if any, of the well, you're going to want, if you're going to be doing sneaking and attacking people from stealth, then you'll want points in cool. If you want to get the crits, you want the crit damage to happen, then you got to get the cold blood. Okay, well, that's the menu. That should explain what it is you're looking at here and what this is. I hope. It should say what the menu is and what it's good for. And that's the menu. Ta-da! Alright. Well, this thing works like with a combo. So this is press and hold. That's basically a power attack. This is block. And then this... So I can improve how fast this goes. See how it's a 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. Interesting. We'll see how it goes. Alright, man. I want all the world to have a wonderful day. See ya.